Hello, I'm Craig Barton and welcome to this Tips for Teachers video. Now, like many teachers out there, I love an exit ticket. If you're not familiar with exit tickets, the way they work is normally the last 5 minutes of the lesson, you give out a slip of paper on each child's desk with a question or a couple of questions on it. The students fill them out and they hand them to you on their way out of the door. And then you have a quick flick through them, you get a sense of where your students are at in terms of their current understanding of an idea, and then you can respond accordingly the next lesson. Exit tickets are great, but what I'm going to suggest in this video is that they can be improved by using diagnostic questions. Now, I love a diagnostic question. Here's an example of one here. It's a multiple choice question with 1 correct answer and 3 wrong answers, but crucially, each of the wrong answers reveals a specific misconception. So here are 4 reasons why I think diagnostic questions make really good exit tickets. The first is there's no printing. You can simply project up this diagnostic question and the students can vote. So no need to mess around with their photocopier, scissors, handing things out or anything like that. A big time saver. Secondly, they give you an immediate snapshot of students' understanding. So the way I run diagnostic questions is you project the question up on the board and then you give the students thinking time and then say 3, 2, 1, show me your answers. Now, if students vote using mini whiteboards or ABCD cards, immediately you get that feedback from your students in terms of their understanding. You don't have that annoying time lag where you've got to wait for the exit tickets to be handed in, then you've got to find time to flick through them and so on. You get that snapshot straight away. And that leads into the final 2 reasons. So the third reason is that you can diagnose the specific nature of any of your students' misunderstandings. So let's imagine that you ask this question and there isn't a consensus. You've got some students here who think it's one thing and some students who think it's another. Well, based on their responses, you can get a good sense of why the students are struggling and you can respond accordingly and immediately in the lesson, again without this time lag of having to pick it up at the start of the next lesson. And finally, and I think this might be my favourite, there's a real good opportunity for stretch and challenge. So let's imagine you ask the diagnostic question and there is a consensus. The vast majority of students think the same and it happens to be the correct answer. Well, you've got a few minutes left, so what are you going to do about it? Well, you could set them one of my favourite challenges, and that is write me 3 questions that would make each of the wrong answers right. So you've got your diagnostic question there. We've established that the correct answer in this case is C. So the challenge for the final few minutes of the lesson is how would you change this question? And I often like to say to the students, keep the question as close to the original as possible. So can you change one thing so the correct answer is no longer C, but it's A? Can you change one thing from this diagram so the correct answer is now B? Can you change one thing so the correct answer is D? A really nice challenge. So for those 4 reasons, that's why I think diagnostic questions make really good exit tickets. And if you're looking for a free collection of diagnostic questions for all topics, you can visit my diagnosticquestions.com website. So what do you think? Is that tip any good? How might you use it? Let me know in the comments, either on the blog post or on the YouTube page. I'd be super grateful if you could like the video and subscribe to the Tips for Teachers YouTube channel, and you can visit tipsforteachers.co.uk for more tips like this. Thanks so much for watching.